Tonight on Newswatch, we'll tell you about the newest updates on the terror attacks in Brussels, and also an update on the international homicide case last year.
We'll also let you know how the men's basketball team is preparing to take on number 1 Virginia tomorrow.
And temperatures were stuck in the 30s today, but we'll see a warm up into the 60s next week. I'll have more. Newswatch starts now.
This is Newswatch 18. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Welcome to Newswatch at 8. I'm Laurel Feakes. And I'm Amanda Meyer. Thanks for watching. A Frenchman was arrested today after being in the advanced stages of a terror plot against France. The arrest took place northwest of Paris. France's Interior Minister Bernard Cazeneuve said there were no connections to the Brussels attack or the Paris attack in November. During the raid, there were bomb squads on site, and the man arrested was listed as a high level in the plot. A violent spring storm is battering the U.S., stretching from the Central Plains to the Midwest. According to CBS News, the storm threatens more than 57 million people across that stretch. The powerful storm produced a torrential hailstorm, followed by pounding rain and winds topping 45 miles per hour. At least one twister was reported near the Dallas-Fort Worth area Wednesday night. Denver's International Airport was forced to shut down for only the third time in its history, canceling more than 1,300 flights. At one point, close to 300,000 people there also lost power. President Barack Obama tried his hand, or should I say his feet, at the dance native to Argentina where he visited Wednesday. The Obamas topped off their state dinner with a little tango. The couple was invited by the professionals to join them on the dance floor for a little fun. After a little hesitancy, they put on a show of their own. Back home, the show wasn't received so well. Obama was criticized for having fun and taking part in photo ops when Brussels was still mourning from the terrorist attacks the day before. 66-year-old comedian Garry Shandling died at a Los Angeles hospital on Thursday. The cause of death has not yet been disclosed. Police responded to Shandling's home on Thursday when a medical emergency was reported. He was taken to a hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Shandling was best known for his roles in The Larry Sanders Show as well as its Garry Shandling Show. Heirs to the oil fortune created by John D. Rockefeller are exiting the family business. The charity Rockefeller Family Fund is liquidating its investments in fossil fuel companies, its biggest including ExxonMobil. The fund, which manages roughly $130 million, said it would immediately divest holdings of Exxon. Rockefeller family members have long accused Exxon of working to deny the existence of global warming. Former Virginia Senator Jay Rockefeller, a great-grandson of John D. Rockefeller, urged Exxon CEO Rex Tillerson to stop funding groups that deny climate change. Exxon denies that it misrepresented the dangers of climate change. A sad day in the acting community as actor and SAG-AFTRA president Ken Howard died yesterday at the age of 71. Howard was known for his roles in The White Shadow, Adam's Rib, Crossing Jordan, and 30 Rock. Howard was elected as president of the SAG-AFTRA union in 2009, as he was also the first president of the acting union. No report has been released on his cause of death. The world's largest aircraft is currently preparing to depart. The Airlander 10 is 302 feet long, roughly 65 feet longer than the world's largest passenger airliner. Mixed with technology from planes, helicopters, and airships, the massive aircraft is designed to reach altitudes of up to 20,000 feet. The Airlander 10 is also able to stay in the air for days and weeks at a time and can carry up to 10 tons of cargo. Before the aircraft can be used for commercial use, it will undergo extensive ground tests and 200 hours of test flights. Despite greater awareness of risk factors for heart disease, heart attack patients are becoming younger and more obese. According to new research from the Cleveland Clinic, these patients were more likely to have preventable risk factors such as high blood pressure and diabetes and were more likely to be smokers. The study, which was taken at Cleveland Clinic over 2 decades ago, analyzed heart disease risk factors among nearly 4,000 patients. The results also showed a significant increase in the number of patients who have 3 or more major risk factors, which rose from 65% to 85%. Authorities have evacuated a town in northwestern Minnesota after a freight train collided with a propane truck. State Patrol Sergeant Jesse Grabo says it happened around 12:25 p.m. Thursday in Callaway. The town of about 230 was evacuated as a precaution as the collision started a small gas fire. The State Department of Public Safety says the propane is being vented and burned off.
Olivia Newton-John's longtime missing boyfriend has been spotted alive. The 11-year-old unsolved mystery may be resolved as reports claim that Patrick McDermott, who disappeared in 2005 during a fishing trip, has been found in a remote village in Mexico. McDermott was found by a private investigator after previous Coast Guard investigation suggested that McDermott was lost at sea in 2008.
Stay tuned for more news around you. You're watching Newswatch at 8. Welcome back to Newswatch. The suspect in Tong Xiao's death last September is now pleading guilty. The former Iowa State student was reported missing and then later found dead in the trunk of her car outside her boyfriend's apartment in Iowa City. Her boyfriend at the time, Xiangyan Li, fled to China and was later arrested for her murder. Li is being tried in China and is facing anywhere from 10 years imprisonment to the death penalty.
The Ames Police Department is investigating an armed robbery that occurred on Wednesday morning at a Lincoln Way come-and-go. Excuse me. Officers responded at 2:30 a.m. and were told that the suspect demanded money and threatened the clerk with a knife. The suspect was described as being a white male in his 20s with a stocky build. At the time of the robbery, he was wearing a black ski mask, gray sweatpants, and a gray sweatshirt. Anyone with information regarding this incident is encouraged to contact Ames PD.
Ames police are searching for a former youth pastor from Boone for questioning regarding a report of inappropriate contact. The now 19-year-old woman who made the report claims that the former pastor of Grace Community Church had been having inappropriate contact with her since she was 16. Police believe that the pastor has left the Boone area. Ames PD has not released a name in order to protect the pastor's identity.
Census data released today shows the majority of Iowa's counties are declining in population. 71 of Iowa's 99 counties have experienced a drop in numbers. The data also showed that the remaining 28 counties with growth are those surrounding suburban areas such as Des Moines. Dallas, Johnson, and Polk counties saw the largest percentage of growth, and Polk County saw the largest numbers increase with a growth of 37,076 people.
An ISU student was named the top designer at Omaha Fashion Week last Thursday. Senior Kate Bruce received the honor after showcasing her clothing collection inspired by office supplies. Bruce was one of 20 designers selected to showcase her designs. She said, "It's exciting to be in an area of the country where fashion is such a strong industry. I definitely think Iowa State is a strong program." Omaha Fashion Week is the nation's 5th largest fashion event.
The Iowa Department of Transportation will be holding a public meeting in Ankeny regarding new plans to construct 4 miles of road stretching north of Orleans to south of Northeast 36th Street from 4 lanes to 6 lanes. The project will cost roughly $55 million and construction would take place from 2018 to 2020. The public meeting will be held at the Ramada Inn at 133 Southeast Delaware Avenue in Ankeny from 5 to 6:30 p.m.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Meteorologist Jan Ryherd here with you. It was a cold day across the state today, so if you were walking outside, you probably felt that. Temperatures in the 30s for the most part across the state. Still in the 40s, though, down to our South 4 highs today. But that's because we had all these winds coming out of the north, bringing in that cold air and still hanging on pretty strong for those winds. 10 miles an hour here in Ames, 13 miles an hour down in Des Moines. A little less breezy out to our west, but those winds are keeping those temperatures cold for us in the 30s across the entire state. 31 up in Mason City, right at freezing in Fort Dodge, 37 over in Council Bluffs. But here in Ames, we are sitting at 32 degrees. Those clear skies are sticking around with us for the evening as those clouds are clearing out from those snow showers and rain showers that the state experienced earlier this morning. And here you can see those clouds trying to push their way out of the state, and over to our east you can see those storms moving off into Illinois, Indiana, and dissipating as they go. But from all of those storms that we had, we do have some rain to talk about. Up to our north, though, these totals are in liquid content, but that is snow, so they've got inches of snow up to our north. But here in Ames, we got about a half an inch of rain, so no snow to talk about here in Ames. But that said, we're going to turn our heads to the next system that we're going to be dealing with. So right now, we do have high pressure down to our south that's leaving us with these clearing skies. But as that starts to move off. We do have a chance for a few clouds tomorrow morning, but then this low pressure system here is going to be moving in and giving us a chance for a few sprinkles on our Friday morning. And then as that continues to move in on Saturday, that's when we have a chance for some actually severe weather down to our south and another good chance of rain here in Iowa. Tonight, though, we are going to dip down into the teens up to the north, 20s here in central Iowa. Here in Ames, though, we are going to see 24 for a low. Mostly clear, though, but and those winds are going to be decreasing as we go on through the night. Tomorrow, we're going to get much warmer than we were today. In the 50s in Des Moines, 52, 40s up to our north, 48 in Fort Dodge, 42 in Mason City. Here in Ames, though, we'll see 51, mostly sunny and another breezy day for us with those south winds at 5 to 15. But because those are south winds, they will be bringing in that warm air, helping us warm up to 51, so it should feel much nicer than today. Looking at the next 7 days, though, Friday, 51, Saturday, another chance for that rain. Sunday and Monday, we start to get a little bit of sunshine, and then by Tuesday, those 60s return. Be sure you stay tuned. More news after the break.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Cassidy Mace with your Cyclone Sports. The Iowa State men's basketball team traveled to Chicago, Illinois on Wednesday to prepare for their third game of the NCAA tournament. The Cyclones have reached the Sweet 16 for the fifth time in Iowa State history. The team has already set a school record by appearing in the tournament for the fifth consecutive time and looks to break another one by earning their second ever trip to the Elite Eight. The men's basketball team will be tipping off tomorrow, Friday, March 25th at 6:10. The game will be shown live on CBS. The Iowa State softball team had to cancel their game against Nebraska on Wednesday due to weather conditions in the Ames area. The game was scheduled to be played at 2 p.m. and will not be made up. The Cyclones will make their next appearance on Saturday when they take on North Dakota State for a doubleheader. The first game will be played at the Cyclone Sports Complex and will begin at noon. Football is getting started back up as the Cyclones held their fourth spring practice Monday morning after taking a week off for spring break. With spring practices comes good news for the Iowa State football team. Defensive lineman Mitchell Myers will be returning to the team after being diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in February of 2014. He will be attending the team practices for the rest of the spring season and hopes to get back into classes and workouts by summer. The Iowa State tennis team will be facing their third Big 12 opponent this season this weekend as they travel to West Virginia to face the Mountaineers. Both teams are 0-2 in the conference after losing to Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. The Cyclones have kept it close in their competitions and hold an overall record of 12-4. The teams will start play at 11 a.m. on Saturday at the Ridgeview Racquet Club in West Virginia. Follow Cyclone Tennis on Twitter to stay up to date with the matches. Sierra Capazio, an outside hitter on the Cyclone women's volleyball team, received some exciting news on Monday. Capazio has been chosen to compete in the U.S. Collegiate National Volleyball Team this summer. Only 12 collegiate players were selected for the team after the U.S. women's national team held open tryouts in February. The team will be touring Italy and Croatia throughout July, after which Capazio will return to Iowa State to play in her senior season next fall. Thanks for watching this Cyclone Sports. Stay tuned for more Laurel and Amanda. You're watching Newswatch at 8.
If you were hoping to catch one of the acts at Lollapalooza in Chicago this July, all I can say is good luck to you. The 2016 Lolla lineup was announced on Wednesday, and one-day passes went on sale shortly after that. They sold out in under 90 minutes. Excuse me. The 4-day passes sold out on Tuesday. This year, the lucky ticket holders will get to see acts such as Ellie Goulding, Lana Del Rey, Major Lazer, and Disclosure. The festival will be held in Chicago's Grant Park July 28th through the 31st.
In an interview that aired during Tuesday's episode of HBO's Real Sports, TNT announcer Craig Sager revealed that the leukemia he has battled for the last 2 years is no longer in remission. The 64-year-old broadcaster confirmed that doctors informed him in February that he likely has 3 to 6 months to live. His battle with leukemia, which began in April of 2014, has included multiple courses of treatment, including chemotherapy. Although this costly disease could further sideline Sager from his iconic broadcasts, Sager vowed to continue to work and fight.
It's usually Donald Trump who is doing or threatening to do the suing, but today Trump's campaign was in the hot seat. Excuse me. Trump's campaign has been named as the defendant in a lawsuit filed in Manhattan that accuses the campaign of stealing the image of a bald eagle that it has been using on campaign swag. The suit was filed by a pair of wildlife photographers who claim their iconic photograph of a bald eagle staring straight ahead has been used by Trump staff without permission. It's still not clear what kind of damages the photographers are seeking in their lawsuit. So, this weekend we have the NCAA Sweet 16 game. Anybody going?
I'm not. I wish I was, but I can't make it.
I'm not going either.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it, but we'll be watching it here. So
Perfect. Well, that's all we have for this edition of Newswatch.
Come back Tuesday for more Cyclone news, weather, and sports.
have a great night, Ames.